Hello and welcome to Chair Yoga. My name is Debbie, and this class is brought to you by Family Care Health Centers in St. Louis. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here to join me today for some movement. We're going to focus on our hip flexors a little bit today. So that's the group of muscles in the front of your legs here. So if you ever notice that when you're sitting too long, you get a little hitch in your front of your hips, that's your hip flexors. And we all spend probably too much time sitting. They say sitting is the new smoking, so we want to try to be up and moving as much as possible. So today we're going to show the hip flexors a little bit of love. So let's start by getting centered. Oh, and my usual reminder, please listen to and respect your body and modify the practice in any way that you need to make it accessible for yourself. This is your practice. I can't see you, so I don't know how things are going for you. So you're responsible for tuning into and listening to your own body and only moving in ways that feel safe and okay for you. All right, let's get centered. So interlace the fingers in front of the chest. The thumbs are pointed up, and then just go ahead and rest your palms at your heart center. Lower the gaze or close the eyes. Lengthen the spine. Soften the shoulders. And allow yourself to just turn inward for a few minutes, setting aside the thoughts or events of the day. Scanning the body and just noticing how you feel today, physically, mentally, spiritually, noticing without expectation. Maybe you notice that the breath automatically sort of slows down or deepens as we come into this introspective pose. And if not, then intentionally try to slow down and deepen your breath, which allows us to become a little bit more present in this moment, present within our bodies instead of moving on autopilot. We're becoming very intentional, very present. Maybe you can feel your heart beating underneath your palms. Let's express some gratitude for that heart that keeps on beating, that heart filled with so much love for ourselves, for others. And if you'd like to set an intention or a dedication or a mantra for your class today, now would be a great time to call that into your mind and hold it close in your mind's eye throughout the practice. Just whatever speaks to you today. Take a couple more rounds of full deep breaths. Go ahead and gently blink open your eyes, release the hands back to your lap, We're just going to turn the head side to side, nice and slow, just warming up the neck a little bit. And then maybe the chin lifts and the chin lowers. Noticing any sensations you might be feeling in the neck. One more lift and one more lower. And then we're going to bring the head back to neutral. We're going to come on up to stand. We might be standing and working with our chair in a standing position a little bit more than usual. But that's good. So let's place our hands on the seat of the chair and walk the feet back so that we're making a bit of an L with our body. And then we're going to extend that right leg straight back. The toes point down to the floor and really lengthen the spine. So we're reaching the crown of the head forward and we're reaching back through the right heel. Take a breath in, and on an exhale, bend the right knee and hug it in any amount towards the chest. And then inhale, extend it back behind you. And then on an exhale, the knee goes out to the right and comes any amount toward your right elbow. And then inhale, extend the right leg straight back. And then exhale, lower the right foot back to the floor. Give yourself a little time to reset the spine. We'll do that on the other side. So now we extend the left leg straight back, reach through the crown of the head, all the way back through the left heel. Take a breath in, and on an exhale, draw the left knee any amount into the chest. Inhale, extend the left leg straight back. Exhale, left knee goes out to the left and maybe comes toward the left elbow. Inhale, extend the left leg straight back. And exhale, lower the left foot back to the earth. One more time on each side. Inhale, extend the right leg straight back. And exhale, knee to chest, any amount. Inhale, extend it back. And exhale, right knee comes any amount towards the right elbow. Inhale, extend it straight back. And exhale, lower the right foot to the floor. Push down through the hands so we're not collapsing into the shoulders. Inhale, extend the left leg straight back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, left knee any amount toward the left elbow. And inhale, extend it straight back. And exhale, lower the foot to the floor and bring yourself on up to standing. And then we're going to stand behind our chair for a little side bend curtsy flow. So I'm going to offer options. So let's inhale the left arm up by the left ear. Soften the left shoulder down away from the ear. And we're going to take a side bend over to the right. You have the option to stay right here, or maybe you lift the left foot and curtsy so the left foot comes behind the right leg, and you'll feel that a little bit more in your left hip flexor. Breathe here for a moment. And then inhale, rise it up. Lower the left arm, uncross the left leg if you crossed it. And we'll inhale the right arm up by the right ear, soften the right shoulder. And exhale, side bend to the left. Stay just like this, or take the right foot, cross it behind the left. Notice how you feel that, maybe a little bit in that right hip flexor and the right side body, and breathe. Good. Inhale, rise it up, uncross the legs, lower the right arm. And we'll take it one more time to each side. So left arm comes up, side bend to the right. Maybe cross the left foot behind the right. And inhale it up. Uncross and lower the arm. Right arm lifts, side bend to the left, and right foot crosses behind the left. And inhale it up and lower the right arm. So the hands are still holding on to the back of the chair, and we're going to simply lift and lower the heels, warming up the muscles in our legs. If you want to play without holding on to the chair, you can do that. It's your choice. The chair is always there to help stabilize. Just lifting and lowering the heels, a little balance flow. Good. And then we're going to continue with our balancing with a little tree pose flow. So we're going to move the arms a little bit. So I'm standing with my right hip to the side of the chair. My right hand is holding on to the back of the chair. And we're going to inhale, lift the left knee straight out in front, and the left arm palm down straight out to the left. Good. Then we're going to flip the left palm up as we bring the left foot either to the calf or in kickstand. Either one is fine. Good. Then we're going to inhale the left arm up by the left ear and exhale. Bring the hand like we're making prayer hands, but we're holding onto the chair with our right hand. So our left hand is just in front of our heart center. And then exhale, extend the left arm straight forward. And then exhale, reach the left arm out. Left knee comes back forward. And we lower it all the way down and release the arm. So let's take that flow again on this side, and then we'll switch to the other side. So we inhale the left arm out to the left knee lifts straight forward. Good. Exhale, flip the palm up, find your tree pose, either calf or kickstand. Inhale the left arm up by the ear. Exhale, elbow bends, comes down to the heart center. Take a breath in, and on an exhale, send the left arm straight forward. Inhale the arm out to the side. Left knee comes back forward. We lower it all down. Good job. So let's switch to the other side of our chair. And we'll take that same little flow on the other side. So left hip to the left side of your chair, left hand holding onto the chair. Inhale, right arm out to the right, palm down, right knee forward. Exhale, flip the palm up, right foot to the left calf or kickstand, whichever floats your boat today. Good. Inhale the right arm up by the right ear. Exhale, lower it down to the heart center. Inhale. Exhale, shoot the right arm straight forward. And exhale, the right arm comes out to the right. Right knee lifts back forward. And exhale, everything lowers. One more time. Inhale, right arm out to the right. Right knee lifts. Exhale, right palm flips up. Right foot finds your tree pose. Inhale, the right arm up by the ear. Exhale, it lowers down to the heart. Take a breath in. Exhale, shoot it straight forward. Exhale, it comes out to the side. Inhale, right knee lifts in front. And exhale, everything lowers. Good job. All right, so let's come on back down to sit for a moment. We're going to come back to standing in a little bit, but we're just going to take a little back bend here. So option is to bring both hands to your low back with the fingers pointed down. And we try to draw the elbows toward each other to open up our collarbone or our heart. And then maybe the chin lifts. Oh, the sirens, tornado sirens are going off here for our monthly check. So sorry if you hear that. We're going to lift the chin, keep drawing the elbows towards each other, and maybe you find a little bit of a back bend here. And just breathe. Keep the belly engaged. Keep drawing the elbows together. And gently release out. Just take a minute. Maybe you lower your gaze or close your eyes, soften the shoulders, and just notice how your body's feeling after that bit of movement. And maybe also call to mind your intention. Good. Then we're going to extend the left leg. I know my screen is sort of cutting off my feet, but extend the left leg forward and the left foot is flexed. So the toes are up off of the floor. And we're going to bring the right forearm to the right knee and let the left hand travel any amount down the left leg. Maybe it stays on the shin, the thigh. Maybe it reaches out for the toes. And then let your head drop. So we're stretching out and loosening the back of the left leg. Good. Nice and slow and gentle. Lift your torso back upright. Rebend the left leg, and we'll take it on the other side. So now we're going to extend the right leg straight out in front. Left knee stays bent. Posture is upright and belly's in. Spine is long and straight. And then the left forearm can come to the left knee, and the right hand stays wherever it needs to stay to give you a forward fold over a straight right leg. Right foot is flexed. Head is hanging heavy. Focusing on the back of the right leg and your breath. Staying present in your beautiful body. Good. Nice and easy. Walk yourself back upright. Rebend the right leg. And we're going to take a forward fold here. So just go ahead and hinge at the waist. Keep the length of the spine. And maybe the forearms come to the knees and the head hangs heavy. Maybe you grab opposite elbows here. Or maybe you grab opposite elbows with the torso draped over the thighs. Letting any negative thoughts or unwanted energy flow out the top of your head. Leaving space for what you'd like to see more of in your life. So we're letting go and we're gathering in. Good. Gently walk yourself. Help yourself come up nice and slow. And then we're going to take the toes, and you might want to scooch back a little bit in your chair, but tuck the toes under your seat and try to really get the pinky edge side of your toes tucked under. Spine is long and straight. And we're going to inhale both arms up by the ears. And on an exhale, we're going to take a side bend to the right. Keeping the left sit bone rooted to your chair and breathing. Reaching the left ribs out to the left. Feeling all that space in the left side body. Good. Inhale, both arms back up by the ears. And exhale, left hand comes by the left hip on the seat of your chair, and you take a side bend over to the left, keeping the right sit bone rooted. Good. Inhale, both arms up by the ears, and on an exhale, simply lower the hands to the hips. You can untuck the toes, bring the feet back under the knees, the ankles back under the knees, and we'll take a few rounds of cat-cow here. So on an inhale, arch the back, draw the shoulder blades together, lift the chin slightly. And on an exhale, scoop the belly, round the back, widen the shoulder blades, chin drops. And then just flow like that with your breath. So inhaling for cow and exhaling for cat. Focusing on how this feels in your spine. The flexion and the inflection of the spine, and the calming nature of connecting the movement with the breath. Let's take one more. And we'll come on back up to a neutral spine. And we're going to stand up again. And we're going to take a quadriceps stretch. I didn't bring a strap, but we do want a strap today. So I know I have a belt over here in the pile to go to Goodwill. So if you want a strap for this one, you're going to want a strap later for sure. But we're going to take a quadriceps stretch, which also helps with our hip flexors. So we're going to hold on to the chair. I'm standing with my right hip closest to the side of the chair. The right hand holds on to the chair. And we're going to bend the left knee and see if the hand can grab the ankle or the foot, and then lower their left knee towards the earth. If you're like, that ain't going to work in my body, we're going to take your strap or your belt or your towel and wrap it around the front of the left ankle to maybe allow a little bit more space for yourself. So it looks like this. Wherever you are, whether with a strap or with your hand gripping the foot, we're just trying to bring the foot any amount towards your tush. And maybe if you want more sensation, you try to bring your knees toward together. That can intensify things. So remember, you're listening to and respecting your body. Maybe your knee needs to stay out a little bit more. That's okay. As long as you're feeling some stretch and sensation in the front of the left thigh, you're doing it perfectly. Keep breathing. Low belly's in, ribs are in. Good. Go ahead and gently release that left foot. Maybe you shake out the right leg a little bit. We'll take it to the other side. So now my left hip is by the left side of the chair. And either using your strap around the right ankle or the hand grabs the right foot. Either way is great. Using the left hand to stabilize. Spine is long and straight. And we're breathing into the front of the right thigh now. So you'll notice how opposite this is of sitting. So all these things to really show our hip flexors how much we appreciate them. We don't think about them very often, do we? But they sometimes remind us we need to think about them. Keep breathing. Good. As you're ready, gently release the right foot. And now we're going to face the seat of our chair and take a couple more rounds of cat-cow while we stand. So just like we did before, the hands find the seat of the chair. Our body's making somewhat of an L shape. And on an inhale, we're going to lift the sit bones, lift the chin, draw the shoulder blades together, and the belly drops. And then exhale, engage your core, scoop out the belly, widen the shoulder blades, chin drops. And find your cat-cow flow here. One more. Then we're going to walk our hands up to the back of our chair to find a downward facing dog with our chair. So remember, in your down dog, we're more concerned about the length in the spine than what's going on with our legs. So if you prefer to have your knees bent a little bit here, that's perfect. Just feeling all the space along the spine, letting your heart hang heavy, and breathing up and down the entire length of your spine. Good. Then bring the hands back to the seat of the chair. And we're going to take a little twist flow here. So we're going to inhale the right arm up to the sky. And exhale, it's going to kind of sweep down under the body and over to the left. And then we inhale it back up. And exhale, it sweeps down. Inhale, it rises up. You may want to bend the left knee a little bit when you reach the right arm up to the sky. And then it straightens as you sweep down. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale, sweep it down. A couple more times. Last one. Good. Bring the right hand back to the seat of the chair. Find your center. Reset the spine. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. And again, we're pushing into the chair, so we're not collapsing into the shoulders. So other side, we're going to inhale the left arm out and up to the sky. The right knee might bend some. Exhale, right knee straightens, left arm sweeps down and under the body, and then comes all the way back up on an inhale. Exhale, it sweeps. Inhale, it lifts. Let's take one more. And lower the hand back to the seat of the chair. We'll go ahead and come on up to stand. We're going to find a little bit of a lunge here. So facing the seat of your chair still, put the right foot under the seat of your chair. And we're going to put the hands on the chair and step the left leg back any amount. So we're coming into a little bit of a lunge here. And we're feeling that in the left hip flexor. So the lower the hips go, the more you might feel that in the back of the left or the front of your left leg. Good. Then we're going to put our weight into our hands and bring the right foot out to the right side of the seat of our chair. And the right toes are at a diagonal. So we're coming into what we call a lizard lunge. And you can stay with the arms straight here if you're feeling it enough. There's also the option of lowering the forearms to the seat of the chair. Whichever feels best for you. So we're getting into that right hip. And we're really opening the front of the left thigh. Keep breathing. Focus on your intention. Good. If you're on forearms, go ahead and come back up to your straight arms. Heel toe the right foot back in and step the left foot up to meet the right. And then we'll take that on the other side. So the left foot is now a little bit under the seat of our chair. And the right leg stretches back. The right toes are curled under. And we're feeling it again in the front of that right leg. And breathing. You can even kind of pulse in and out of this lunge position. And notice how that feels in the front of the right leg. Then we're going to heel toe the left foot out to the left side of the chair. Left toes are at a diagonal. And we stay right here. Or we come to forearms. Either option is perfect. And if you're on forearms, go ahead and come back up to straight arms and heel toe that left foot back under the chair. Push off the right toes to step the feet together. And we'll take a forward fold. Maybe your knees are bent. Maybe they're straight. Maybe the hands stay on the chair. Maybe the forearms to the chair. Maybe the forehead to the chair and the hands to the earth. You do what works for you for a standing forward fold. But just let everything be soft and relaxed. Good. If you're on forearms, go ahead and bring the hands back under the chair. So we're back in that L position that we've been in before today. And again, we're going to extend the right leg straight back behind us. And we're going to take a Jiva squat here. So we're going to bend the right knee and bring the right knee behind the left knee. Left knee bends. And then inhale, extend the right leg back straight. Left knee straightens. 2 more times. Exhale, Jiva squat. Inhale, extend. Exhale, Jiva squat. Inhale, extend. And on an exhale, lower the right foot to meet the left. And just take a moment, again, noticing how your body's feeling. We'll take it on the other side. So the left leg extends straight back. And take a breath in. And on an exhale, bend the right knee and the left knee. Left knee comes behind the right knee. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, Jiva squat. Inhale, extend. 1 more. You got this. Good. Inhale, extend. And exhale, lower the right foot. Hands can come to the thighs to help yourself stand up. Maybe you're a little lightheaded, maybe not. And we'll come on back down to sit. You're going to want your strap again here. So if you don't have one, pause me and go get it. But we're going to take the strap and place it around the ball of our right foot and extend the right leg any amount towards straight. So you might want to be seated back in your chair, not on the edge. Soften the shoulder, soften the neck, the head, focusing on the back of the right leg. All those hip flexor muscles, it's a group of muscles. So we need to stretch all sides of those groups of muscles. Good. Then we're going to grab both ends of the strap in our right hand, our left hand. The right hand either grabs the seat of the chair or extends out to the side. And keeping the hips pointed toward the front of your room, guide the right leg over to the left, any amount. And our intention is to be feeling this in the outer right hip, or IT band, they call it. It's a muscle that doesn't usually get a whole lot of action, so we want to show it some love today too. Keep breathing. Spine is long and straight. Good. Bring the right leg back forward. Bend the knee. Remove your strap. Give your knees a little bounce. Noticing the difference between the right hip and the left hip. I really feel looser in my right hip after that deep IT band stretch. But now we'll even it out. So take the strap around the ball of the left foot and extend your left leg straight or towards straight, right out in front of you. Breathing into the back of the left leg, softening the shoulders, the neck, the jaw, the space between your eyebrows. We don't need any of that. Nice. Then grab both ends of your strap in your right hand. Left arm extends out to the left or holds onto the chair as we gently and slowly, with respect, guide our left straight leg out to the right until you feel the sensation in your outer left hip. Staying present in the body. With our breath, with our intention. And then bring the left leg back forward, bend the knee, release your strap, set it to the side. And again, take your knees for a little bounce. And then we'll take some knee circles before we settle into Shavasana. So again, if you want to use your strap here, go for it. We're going to take some gentle circles with that right knee. You can also grab the right knee with your right hand to facilitate the circles, or don't use any straps if you want a little core workout with it. No support. And circle the other direction. Good. Release that right knee. And we'll take it on the other side. So circling in one direction with the left knee. Appreciating our hips. And circle the other direction with the left knee. Good. Release the knee back to the floor. And we'll settle in for Shavasana. So Shavasana can be taken seated. It can be lying down on the floor on your back. It can be lying on the couch or a bed on your back. You can stack your hands and rest your forehead on your desk. Whatever your Shavasana is today, take a few minutes to kind of wiggle and adjust. And then lower your gaze or close your eyes and allow yourself to settle into stillness. And for our meditation today, we're going to really just watch the breath. So this meditation I do a lot when I need to slow my thoughts down or my mind sort of tries to take over my body. This happens a lot when I'm trying to sleep or get to sleep or get back to sleep. So this is a great exercise to do if you or a meditation to do when you really just need to slow the thoughts that keep coming. So it's really just counting our breath. So it gives our brain something else to think about. So we're not really going to change the breath much, but we're going to focus on a belly breath, but we're going to count each exhale only up to 10 and then start over. So if we want to go through the first round together, you're just going to notice your inhale and your exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5, and just go ahead and take it up to 10 and then start over for another 2 rounds. Just counting the exhales. And after you've finished your 2 more rounds up to 10, counting your exhales, you can either stick with that or just simply focus your attention on your breath without counting for a moment or 2 more. And gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring some small movements to your fingers and to your toes. And then as you're ready, reach the arms up by the ears, the legs out in front. Give yourself a big stretch in both directions, maybe circling the wrists and the ankles. And then let it all soften back down. And if you're lying down, gently bring yourself up to an easy seated position. And once there, we'll all press our palms together in front of our heart center. Scanning the body once again, like we did at the very beginning of class, to just notice how the body feels now compared to how it felt before the movement, the stretching, the breath work. Noticing any subtle or more obvious changes or shifts that have happened. And if you feel like nothing happened, that's okay too. Call to mind again your intention or dedication or mantra. Saying it in your mind, inviting it to manifest. And together, let's share some deep gratitude to our bodies for moving as perfectly as they did. And gratitude for this practice that allows us to join the mind, the body, the spirit, at least for a little bit. My soul honors your soul. I commend the place in you where the spirit resides. I admire the place in you that is of love, light, truth, and peace, because it's also within me, and in sharing these things, we are united. We are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed your practice, and I hope to see you next time. Be good to yourselves.